Hello, hello again, Gabriella here. And this time I want to talk to you about a few strategies that will help you push outside of your comfort zone. Because the reality is we get in these comfort zones and we feel complacent and we just don't know how to get out of these comfort zones. So remember, being in your comfort zone is the direct opposite of progress. Your comfort zone is a place where you are in control and nothing changes. Growth and advancement are change. So they are not going to be staying and living in your comfort zone now, are they? Solution, simple. Get outside of your comfort zone. The practice is a bit more complicated. We don't want to get out of that zone because we like it there. It's safe, it's comfortable, we're in control. The world is a big, scary place, and leaving that comfort zone is hard. Trust me, I know. Just doing these videos for you guys is a big push outside of my comfort zone. It took a lot of doing, and now here we are almost a year later, and I am getting a lot more comfortable and a lot more capable of just winging it, whereas before I wasn't able to. I had to read word for word everything, and you could tell the difference. I improved my camera, improved my microphone, I improved my presence because I pushed myself outside of my comfort zone, and you can too. So here are 4 great ideas that will help you to get motivated and start on the journey out of your own comfort zone. First, baby steps. If you're going to go full throttle and into the deep end as a grand way to stop being in your comfort zone, whoo, Nelly, let me tell you, it is very easy to get discouraged and scared and end up right where you began. If you dive into the deep end before you're ready, the challenge will be too intense, the learning curve way too steep. So I'm not saying that you should take such tiny steps that you don't make any progress, but start with a baby step and then take another baby step and then another one until you're ready for a toddler, and then a little kid step, and then you can start taking bigger steps once you start getting yourself making progress outside of your comfort zone and work towards those goals. Identify the goal, plot out and map out several steps that you need to take to achieve it. Do not try and do it in a single leap. Also, if you figure out what your goal is, the reality is there's these big, audacious, hairy goals, right? And to reach them, there's probably 100 or 200 steps that need to be done. That is really overwhelming. But if you figure out how to break it into between 3 and 5 major categories, and then which category comes first, which step comes first, and then start identifying the steps inside of each category, and then break it down and focus on 3 to 5 steps at a time, and take the rest of them and put them over here. And as you work through these steps, now you bring the next one in, and then the next one. Now you'll actually start making your way through to get to this big giant goal when you break it down into smaller pieces that are easy to work through and don't trigger that anxiety and push you to not push outside of your comfort zone. So when you identify the fear, that also helps you to understand what's holding you back. Because most people, we have something that we are specifically afraid of. If the road ahead is scary, you got to ask yourself why. Is it because you have to do something that you've never done before? Is it because you're afraid of being embarrassed or rejected or shunned? Is the fear based on the unknown? Is it from past issues when you tried to do something and you felt hurt or rejected, or you felt like you fell flat on your face and failed? Identify the specific fear, name it, don't fight it, just be aware of it, and then set it to the side. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, I have had to do that. And when I do that, it makes such a huge difference in being able to push forward and through the fears. But if you pretend like they're not there, or you know they're there and you ignore them, you will stall out. Stop tripping yourself. Seriously, most of us know that what our goals are and even how to reach them. Remember, I said you make that list and you break it into some categories and then you do the steps inside. We know what we need to do to get there, but Oh my gosh, so many of us start second guessing ourselves every step of the way. And this only leads to frustration and shutting down and feeling like all hope of ever making to our goals and the decisions that we need to make along the way are never going to happen. When you trust yourself, when you trust yourself here and not that little voice that says you aren't good enough, then that's when you will actually make it and you'll be able to step outside of your comfort zone. Now, this is really important. It sounds very obvious, but let me tell you, it's not. Do it again and again, and then repeat. When you figure out what you need to do, what it takes for you to step outside of your comfort zone, figure out the steps. The next time you have something that you want to do, the next goal, we should always be working and striving towards new goals and dreams. When you do it and you figure it out, do it again and again, each time. It gets easier to step out of your comfort zone the more that you work through the process, and it becomes less frightening. There's emotional highs at the end of the journey, and there's emotional highs along the way when you get small achievements, and those will be your rewards. The more you do it, the more you will come to appreciate these emotional highs and some lows as well. And you will actually look forward to all of these steps that break through your comfort zone and get you that much closer to your various goals and dreams. Getting outside of your comfort zone isn't as hard as it is scary. The zone is the safe place, and we are just instinctively geared to want to stay in safe places. But when we can let go of the fear and throw ourselves out into the world, great things can and will happen. But first, you have to try. Hey, thanks so much for watching. We hope you got value today. We want to give a huge shout out of gratitude to our contributors. Please make sure you click the subscribe button below, and don't forget to click the bell up above to get reminders when we add new content.